Number 10, Tommy is solving the summation shown there by writing out each term and then adding together them together to find the sum. Using Tommy's technique, what is the value of the fourth term, A4? So question for you, are we supposed to solve for the sum? No, if we were, how would you find the sum? You just put in the calculator, but that's not what it asks us to find. It asks us to find A4. So how would I do that? Would I plug in a 4 maybe? To find A4, do I just plug in a 4 to the problem? No, what do I need to do? So just to make sure everyone knows this, the 25 plus 3n. 25 plus 3n, that's going to be what I would call the equation. That's the equation that everything is plugged into. To find A4, you have to figure out what is the fourth k value that would get plugged in. So in this problem, where does k start? 5. So if k starts with 5, here's our k values. It'll start at 5, but then it counts up. It goes from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8, all the way to 11. So the fourth term is going to be the fourth k value plugged into the equation. What is our fourth k value?
8.
That's the first, second, third. This is the fourth. You're right. It's an 8. So we're going to plug in that 8. So what I do is I take my equation 25 plus, instead of doing 3 times n, I change it to 3 times 8. And I realize I messed up. I put a k there. I shouldn't have put a k there. We don't use a k in this problem. What letter do I use in this problem? And we erase this. That right there is off. That should have been an n the whole time. You were wondering what is going on? Well, that's why. Okay, so let's do some math here. Does anybody know what 3 times 8 is? I'm following PEMDAS. That's why I'm doing that. That's 24. So we got 25 plus 24. 49 is correct. And everything's closing on me. Here we go. So A4 would equal 25 plus 24, which is 49. I agree with you. Does that make sense? So if you type the whole thing in the calculator, what would it give you? If you typed in this whole thing right here into the calculator, that would give you a sum. That would give you the sum of the series. So the sigma, what it does, plugs in the value one at a time. Calculator would add them all up and give you the sum. That's how you would find just an individual term. If you wanted A1, would you plug in a 1? Now, if you wanted A1, what number would you plug in? Plug in a 5. If you wanted A2, what number would you plug in? 6. If you wanted AN, what does AN mean? You saw AN. What does that mean? Last term. So AN would be represented by A11. No, not A11. I'm sorry. How many are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So AN, I'm now going to get confused on everybody. AN would be the same thing as A7 because it's the 7th in value. But you would plug in an 11. It would be 25 plus 3 times 11. You plug in 11 because that's the last term. Cool. All right, sure. Your turn. Well, you know, I made too many mistakes. So why would I call AN A7 in this problem? Why would I call it A7? Is it because I plug in a 7? No, I'm plugging in 11. Why would I call it A7 then? There's 7 of those n values. You're right. This last one would be the 7th right there. Okay, with that, your DOL's up. What is the first term in that series? I want you to find the first term. DOL number 2.